Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is April the 16th, 2025. Um, Now I said on April the 9th, Donald Trump, he would have a progression to his Mars. And also on April the 11th, Obama, he would have a progression to his Saturn. So I haven't seen too much about Obama, but I think what Donald Trump did, it makes up for it. So on April the 9th, Donald Trump signed several executive orders, but there are three that stood out to me. He signed two to go after two specific people. There's a man named Miles Taylor, and another man named Chris Webbs. And basically, Donald Trump, he said that he thinks that they are guilty of treason. So this sets a precedent for Donald Trump to go after um, the people that pretty much went after him during his election bid or whatever. So that's one thing. Another executive order that he signed, the third one that I took note of, was in regards to the pardons that um, Biden, he used auto pen to sign. I told you earlier this year that in February that those um those pardons, they were marked by Saturn. On January 22nd, I believe, Biden, he had a progression to his Saturn. And that was not a good day for him to do anything. So we will see what comes up with that. So let me stop here. Okay. So I also said on April the 17th, 2025, Donald Trump, he would have a progression to his Chiron. And like I said, I don't know too much about what could come up with that, but in my experience, there was a fated job that I had to do, so maybe that might be the same for him. So let's see here, what else? Now I've done a little bit more research, and I didn't think to do this, but I checked out Bill Clinton's chart, and Bill Clinton has a ton of crazy progressions going on too. But let's see here, on April the 9th, Bill Clinton, he had a progression to his Saturn. And so those executive orders that Donald Trump signed, they could affect him in some way too, specifically through Hillary Clinton. Let's see here. Hmm. I also missed another thing. On April 20th, Donald Trump, he would have a zodiac releasing. And a lot of people are saying that well, I said that that's Hitler's birthday, but also it's Easter Sunday. But what I didn't notice was that Hillary Clinton, her progressive ascendant will make an aspect. I think it's a square. It will make an aspect to her natal Venus. And so usually people don't look at the progressed ascendant, and I don't either. But I'm like, I just saw it. I was like, wow, I missed that, but that may be an important date. So April 20th, keep an eye on that date. Okay, I need to stress that the progression in Hillary Clinton's chart, where her ascendant squares her natal Venus rules her 12th house. The 12th house is the house of imprisonment, asylums, isolation. That's why I keep saying she definitely could be imprisoned. So, yeah. Let's see here. What else? Bill Clinton. He has a ton of huge progressions going on. So let me pause right here And let me yeah, get those. Okay. And this is huge. So what I didn't notice when I looked at Bill Clinton's chart was that the same progression that happened in 1998, I think January 26th, it's going to happen again. The the exact progression was his progressed moon opposite his ascendant. It's going to hit on July 6th, 2025. And it, like I said, it hit in 1998, January 26th. That was the Monica Lewinsky scandal. It hits again. Another thing that even highlights that even more is that he has an extremely rare progression where his progressed Uranus is going to conjoin his natal Uranus. And that happens on, I believe, October 11th, 2025. And so this is going to be a huge year for him. So keep an eye on Bill Clinton too. But specifically, I am mainly focused on Hillary Clinton. This is a huge event. So let me pause here. Okay. And also, in regards to Bill Clinton, his progressed Uranus is going to conjoin his natal Uranus. Um, I need to stress that, like I said, the last time I saw this was in O.J. Simpson's chart, where O.J. Simpson's progressed Uranus, it made an aspect to his natal moon. So that's that. Like, that's why I said this can be huge. So okay, I came back inside the house because it got kind of hot out there. So let's see here. I think I was talking about Bill Clinton. I was trying to see why the Monica Lewinsky scandal pretty much happened to Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. And Bill Clinton, he has Neptune conjunct his seventh lord on the ascendant. But not only does Neptune conjunct Mars, not only does Mars rule Bill Clinton's seventh house, but it also rules his second house, or second house of finances. So what I'm trying to say is that um it could this whenever it's aspected, it could involve his partner, Hillary Clinton, and his finances, the Clinton Foundation, and whatever else that involves. So let's see here, what else? And I mean, a lot of people can say that, oh, anybody can say that Hillary Clinton is going to jail this year or whatever because yeah, it's Donald Trump and he's putting people inside of jail. But the astrology shows that Kamala Harris, she gets lucky. And so that's how you know this that astrology does work. So Hillary Clinton, she definitely could be in prison or restricted in a major way. But just know, Kamala Harris, she would get lucky. So, and understand that Neptune conjunct something is a loss for whatever's conjunct. So it's a loss for Bill Clinton's partners and a loss for his finances as well. So just so you know. Okay. And so let's see here. I guess I'm going to end it here. The main things to look at for this week is going to be the 17th, which is when Donald Trump's his progressed moon is going to aspect his Chiron. And on the 20th, when Donald Trump, he has a zodiac releasing, but also come to find out Hillary Clinton, her progressed ascendant is going to square her natal Venus, which rules her 12th house of imprisonment. So, things should be pretty. That should be pretty interesting. But like I said, Hillary Clinton, she has a lot more progressions going on inside of May. So I don't usually look at the progressed ascendant, but it's just something to look at because everybody's talking about April 20th and Donald Trump and Hitler and all this other stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna make another video around April the 2nd, April the 22nd, after the 20th hits to see if anything comes up on that day. It may not because, well, progressions are the only thing that works for me. But there's a technique called the zodiacal releasing. I want to see if on the 20th something happens. And yeah, there's a progression in Hillary Clinton's chart hitting on that day. So something may manifest. We will see. See you on the 22nd. Bye.